Hi, I thought I'd send this in video format because it's the easiest way to explain what's happened. I had an interesting night last night. I I'd run the engine earlier, on the boat earlier in the day so as I could get some hot water, well, warm for a shower. And I turned the engine off and everything was fine. Um, and then just coming up to bedtime, I was like, right, ready for a shower, ready to climb into bed because it was so warm last night. And I think I'd filled a bottle. I've been keeping a bottle of water in the fridge, so I've got cold water all the time. And I think that's what I'd done was I'd gone to fill a bottle of water in the kitchen sink, and the water pump started making a weird noise, and it's been doing like a weird, quick on off thing for weeks. And I thought, oh, sounds like it needs more pressure in the accumulator, so I wasn't really worried about it. Anyway, this last night when I went to fill this bottle of water, it made this weird noise and it came on and stayed on for ages, and then it went off and then came back on again whilst I'd got the tap open. Turned the tap off, stopped making that noise, and I thought, right, I really have got to look at what's going on with the accumulator because something's not right. Pottered around and got myself half undressed, ready to climb into the shower, and I walked to the back of the boat because that's where I usually hang a towel after I've had a shower to dry, and I couldn't remember if there was one there. I walked to the back of the boat and there wasn't, and I turned around and I must have rocked the boat enough. I could hear a splashing noise, and I was like, that's weird. I don't usually hear noises like that. I thought, is it outside or what's going on? And I rocked the boat again a bit more and I could hear it and it was inside. Anyway, I looked down and there was water inside the boat. Let me see. I'm going to pause it and turn the camera around. So there was water all over the floor here, down here. And I lifted up the step and the step was full of water. And I was like, oh, crap. I kind of twigged what had happened straight away. So there's still quite a bit of water in there, but it's way below the level that it was. It was up over the boards down there. So I twigged what had happened. Obviously, a connection had come loose by the water pump. And so the water was just free flowing out of the system. So I quickly dashed back up here to where all the pipe work is. And I was like, what on earth? And I could see water was basically coming out from around here. And I was like, what on earth? So I quickly went and turned the valve off over in the other hole thing. And I came back, and this lid that fits down into there wasn't attached. It just basically came apart in my hands, like the two pieces came apart. And I was like, oh my word. And I've been meaning to get the filter out and clean it, which I have cleaned it. It doesn't look like it. I have cleaned it. I think it's the plastic that's stained. I have been meaning to get the filter out and clean it. So I took it apart. I had to get it off the pipes, and of course that meant I had to go and find my spanners and bits and pieces. I had to put some clothes on, obviously, whilst I was doing all this because I got all the lights on in the boat. So I went and got the spanners. I got the filter off. With the little bit of water that I'd got in like a glass, I was able to give the filter a clean and give the mechanism a clean. Could I get the mechanism? Could I get that lid bit to go back on? Because it pushes down. Well, it clicks in and then it's supposed to twist. And I'm like, this thing won't twist. It won't, like the lugs wouldn't line up with the little slots where it's supposed to slide through. And I'm pushing and pushing, and I'm all hot and sweaty and, you know, desperate for a shower. And I could not get this damn thing to go. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to put that to one side and leave it, because meanwhile, the back of the boat is still full of water. So I sat out there for probably 3/4 of an hour. I had to get the drill out and the pump, the little pump thing that fits onto the drill, and the hoses that fit onto the pump. And I was sat out there for easily 3/4 of an hour pumping water out, because the bloody bilge pump in that step doesn't work. Or if it does, I can't get it to work. It looks like I've had it switched and pressed the bilge pump switch outside, and it looks like it's trying to move the water, it's trying to suck the water out, but it's not actually doing it. So something's not right there. I've got to look at that. So I ended up having to resort to the drill pump. So I sat there for like 3/4 of an hour pumping out this thing, just so as I could get it down low enough that I was like not stressed and not panicked about it. And then I was just, forget it, I'm just going to have to go to bed. So this was after 11 o'clock last night. So I've woken up this morning, still coughing, back still hurts. Not as bad as it did, fortunately. Back still hurts. And I've cancelled my work today, because I'm like, I'm going to have to get this sorted, because I'm thinking I'm going to have to buy a new filter. Looking online, can't find a filter that's the same. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to go down to the chandlery. Fortunately, there's only 10 minutes walk down the road, down the towpath, and see if they've got one that's got the same size fittings. And then I'm going to have to get all the pipe work, maybe flexible pipes, to try and get that fitted on and get that sorted. Because I could not get this filter to go back together. Anyway, I picked it up this morning. Was thinking, right, I'll take it out now and I'll walk down to the chandlery and see what I can do. Needed to go to the toilet, obviously. Sat on the toilet, I'm fiddling around with this thing, and I managed to push the damn thing in and get it, like, push the cap of it down quite a way. And then I was like, this thing's going to go back together again. And I had to keep pushing it all the way around. It was really difficult. And then I managed to twist the cap so it's actually locked in place now. But yeah, basically I've ended up getting it back on, hooked the whole system back up again, turned the water back on, and had the tap running. And so far there's no leaks. But I've still got water to pump out at the back of the boat. So, yeah, that was my very exciting evening last night. I was just like, this is ridiculous. And the boat, well, this is what the living room looks like at the moment. It's just a complete tip. Never mind the huge pile of washing up that I need to do. So I'm going to be having a day sorting out the boat bit by bit. Back and cough allowing, but I have no idea how much water I've lost. But fortunately, when I move tomorrow, I'm going past a water point, and I'd already planned to stop off there and fill up anyway. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, how's this happened? And so I have no idea how the things come off. I can't imagine the pressure coming through there would have been enough to be able to twist it and push it out. So I can only think that it wasn't on properly in the first place, and it's managed to push it out, unless the vibration has managed to turn it and do it. I don't know. You know, the vibration of the boat running and that. So I don't know. But yes, I thought I'd share that with you. That was my exciting evening. Okay, bye.